Hello, so welcome back to episode 4 of the Formula 1 build. Bit more prepared this time, trying yet again a different camera angle, but you know, I think every time we try this we sort of get it a bit better, so here's moving forward. Anyway, so today we are going to be looking at putting various components, doing some more to the engine. There's quite a bit to get through. We're only really doing a single step, but we're finishing off here. We're going to do most of this. We're not going to put the decals on today, so we'll just see how we get on. So yes, it took me some searching and scratching of the head and that, but we eventually found out what all these pieces were, because there's quite a few different shapes and sizes and they're not exactly clear on them. So let's get going. Now, using the screwdriver they provided, because it is out of the box to build, hopefully, with the exception of the camel decals, which I'm going to have to buy. And so the first thing is, we've got one of these. Well, I've only cut one off. I should have cut 2 off, so not quite as prepared as I thought. And then if we pop that like so, and we basically need that to go on there, I believe. I just want to make sure I'm, yeah, that's got to go on there. So I have our screws ready. 10 of them are on this little magnet here. Oh dear, oh Lord, my apologies for my hands shaking a bit. It doesn't do it all the time, but I'm told it's part of the diabetes. My hands have gone numb at the end as well, fingertips, so it's hard to grasp things like this. Right, where did that little piece go? There we are. Oh, now I just want to check both sides of this, just to make sure there's no difference. Couldn't see any on the thing, but you know, pays to check. Oh, it's dreadful when you've got fat fingers. Right. I think there's going to be a lot of this today, so I should have put my reading glasses on, I think, as well. I normally do this close up. Oh, come on. I'm trying as hard as I can to do this so that everyone can see it, but my fingers are just so huge at the end. Right, maybe if I employed okay, we're not having much luck here. Where's the tweezers gone? There they are. Right. They were right in front of me, but I can't see because I've got this huge ring light on the end of this tripod. Now, hopefully we will have more luck now. he says. Oh dear. You know what, I think I'm going to have to do these off camera. Oh yeah, I'm going to have to do these off camera, this is no good. Right, I think we've got one in. Hey! What did that take? 5 minutes? Feels like hours. If I can get that there, so I just want it over there, just so right, and just nudge that forward a little bit. There we go. And then we've got the other one to go in. So let's get our second screw. It does actually pay to magnetise your screws on these. I wouldn't do it with the computer or anything, but where did that go? Where did that go? Right, so you're not, again, this plastic's not designed for massive forces, for clamping, just nip them up, you know. So there you go, you have one like that, and I believe one goes the other side, which we'll do when we've got some of these other bits on, because these have got to go on as well. So we're looking at these, they're called, so these are rear arm brackets. And they've got a little flap sticking out the back, so you want to have it in that sort of position there, and I believe it goes in, and there's actually a little cut out for it, and I think that's it there. So that actually goes in there like so, which is an excellent fit. And once again, we just need to drop a 1.2 by 2.5 mils. That's how tiny these are. There we go. Right. And we're going to drop that in, oh, couldn't see where it was for a minute then. And that's going to go in there again, just till it bites, and that's it. Because this car's not actually going to be subject to vibration or anything, so they shouldn't come loose. You could always put a bit of thread locker on if you're really that concerned about it. And then on the same side, you also want one of these little tiny chaps, and that's going to go, that goes towards the front, and it sits just there. Now, does it sit in there or on there? That's what I can't figure out. In or on? I think it sits on. Or it might just butt up against that one. Okay. Yeah, I see. I see. So let's get another screw. Oh, drop one. Do not want to be dropping these on the floor. Most certainly not. Now then, just trying to get these in the right orientation. So I'm looking down on it. There we go. Yep, there we go. Cool. Now I just need to... Oh, hold on a minute. Right, so it is worth noting, I've just noticed this, that on this piece here, you have one side has a tiny little standout, which the other side does not. No. So, I'm just going to go back to the instructions, and sure enough, that standout actually faces upwards, so we have got it on the wrong way round at the moment. Fortunately, I haven't tightened it up yet. It's whether... Oh, damn it. Let's go back that way. There we go. All good. Sorry, I think my knee's banging the tripod. I've really not got much room here at all where I'm trying to do this. There is nothing glamorous about, well, not even glamorous, there's nothing to, when it comes to making these videos. I can't, as you know, I've got this tiny little space which is literally, because I've got to zoom in. I don't know whether I can zoom out and show you the problem. I can. So if I zoom out, I know, you can see the edge of the ring light here. So I've got to try and eliminate that. So I zoom in a little bit. But by doing that, I cut down on the space I've got. If this is a phone case, that gives you an idea of the space I've got to work with. So, anyway, we've got those two on. Those are our pieces that we done yesterday. So we've got a few more to go. So the next one is BA3. So it's another one with the tiny flap, and that goes. I'm just trying to see where that goes. Let me just have a look. Aha! So that goes above that one, and in that slot there, but facing forward. Have I got that right? Yes, I have. Yep, yeah, I have. Right, so BA3 is what they call this, and that's just going to sit there. Oh, well, it will when it's it doesn't want to sit there yet. It is going to sit there, whether it likes it or not. So make sure I get it the right way. Which way is that flap again? There it is. So I need that there. Okay. And then that's going to pop on there. And there we go. Right. Now then, I think that's everything done on this side. We now have to flip over and do the same on this side. So what we'll probably do is I will probably speed things up a little bit while I just screw these in. I could pause it, I suppose, for the sake of the length of the video. Oh, come on. Righty ho. There we go. Another one in. Excellent. And this one I have to remember it's got the funny little stand out on it, and that is to go on the front there, the same as the other chappy. Oh, you utter pig. Again, having no feeling in your fingertips is an absolute nightmare on something like this. Not completely without feeling, but it's very minimal. Oh. Ah, no! Oh no! The screw's gone inside the... Okay, we're going to have to pause while I get a magnet and try and fish that out. So, there we are. It's a few minutes later, it's about 20 minutes later, and there's no way I was doing that one again on screen, because yeah, you thought that one went in bad. This assembly fell off here during putting that in. Oh man, it was so... I hope there's not many of these small screws to go in. Well, I know there is, because there's still loads left in the bag. Just have a refreshing drink. Ice cold Coke. Oh, it's hot today. Right, so we're going to move on. And now we are looking at the ignition coil system, and we're going to be putting some vinyl tubes in. So dogs might be about to bark. We'll just wait a few seconds and see. No, we might be okay. Right, so for that we're going to put these little pieces on here. Now, one thing I wanted to bring to everyone's attention, the sprue gate on these is right on the top corner here. Now, because of the profile, it actually needs to be an arrow shape, and it's got like this square block on the end. So if you just cut the block off as far down as you can, and then sand it a little bit on that slope and a little bit on that slope to get rid of it. You can't just sand it across, because you'll end up ruining that profile, which fits into that there. Now it does say to note the placement, so I'm just looking to see whether they both look the same to me. I don't know whether it's on about placement of something else or placement of... Now again, these are, so just in case anyone wondered, I've left these steel. I've not painted these because I think it will look much more authentic to, you know, because it's real steel. It's, or whatever it is, it looks like real steel. It doesn't, I can't replicate that any better than what it is. So I'm leaving that as it is. These also are meant to be a black, sort of like a black satin, and again, I don't think I can, you're not going to see this part anyway, and I think from the edge that you may see the edge. I think that's going to look much better as it is, but hopefully, and they just drop in there like that. Now I just want to see, does it go in better the other way around? Is that why they meant watch placement? Oh, it kind of does. It does go in better the other way around. So I'm just using my camera now to see whether that is a better fit or whether it's slightly up on one side. No, I think that is a better... there's no indication on how you... Oh right, hold on, there might be. Yes, there is. Yes, so it's referring to one side, we've got an injector that's right on that corner, and the other side there's a bit of a gap. And if you flip it over, you can see that on one side we've got a dot right on the edge as well. So the dot that's right on the edge goes towards the, I'm going to say that's the front of the engine, so it faces forward, I believe. Yeah, perfect, and that goes in like that. I am going to glue those in, but I'm just putting them in loosely for the moment. Now then, these are the ignition coils apparently. Now these need repainting on the outer edge there, and there's supposed to be XF56 on this inner ring here, but let me just, and then they slot in there, and as I suspected, yeah, you're not going to see that. That is a complete waste of time painting that, in my opinion, because you're not going to see, and I'm not going to go to all the hassle of it's saying, yeah, I'm not going to all the hassle. Interestingly, just need to look at this a bit more closely. There's something. So maybe I can bring that up. Right, there's a decal goes on there. Apologies again for kicking the stand. My knee's right by it. I'm terrified to move. And from what I can see, it looks as though the two ignition coils glue together inside. So in effect, I think they glue together like that once they're inside. Right, I can get the decals on afterwards, that's not a problem. I can get the top painted separately. Again, not an issue. As long as these don't have to turn in there, because if I glue them together they would be able to turn, but are they supposed to line up, you know, or does it not matter? There's nothing there to say. Okay, we'll just have to let's put a bit of glue on the end of one of these and see what happens, because I don't think they're long enough to... Oh damn, let's wipe that off. There we go, that's perfect actually. Oh ho! New top tip. Oh wow, excellent. Yeah, I'll share that with you guys, because I might guess somebody else already knows about it, but where are we? So instead of sanding that surface, just put a couple of drops of glue on, give it a few seconds, and then wipe that off. The other one came off a lot better. The other one came up a lot cleaner. There we go. Right, so anyway, pop that in there. And maybe it will reach, maybe it will. And then I want to do the same with this actually now. Now I know they're going to touch. And just to be cautious, I'm going to keep them both in the same orientation, so triangular facing upwards. So we'll have that one like at 12 o'clock, that point, and that point there at 12 o'clock. If I can get it to move. Why is something rattling? Oh, it's that. Phew. I thought for a minute then, oh, sorry, keep banging the bloody stand. I thought for a minute there I'd left the a screw inside. Okay, yeah, so therein I'm not happy. That one could have done with being a little bit. There we go. Yeah. Okie doke. Right. So then we need to, we've got a blue vinyl tubing. Now I've prepared some of the others already, but this one here, the trick with these is so that you can get them to go where they're going to go. You cut these to the length required, and they always, in the book, they give you normally a little guide, and you can put your tubing along and measure it off and cut it. I normally, with Tamiya kits, I normally allow an extra millimetre or so. That's just me. And then you get some copper. They don't normally give you this with the kit. The Formula 1 kit did come with it though. So you get some copper wire, and you're basically going to push that through there all the way to the end, and then you're going to retract it from there about 1 centimetre. Yep. Then you need to snip that off so it's pretty much flush. I don't want to ruin those. Where are the nasty ones at? I had them out here. Oh, I had them out here just mere moments ago. Well, I'm going to have to go looking for them back in a second. Okay, so yeah, here we go. We just need to snip that. Oh, wrong ones again. Got these ones out. And as I say, you want to make it flush. There we go. And then you want to use the end of if you use the end of this, and then just push that through about half the amount that you took it back there, so you'll end up with a little bit at each end that you can plug onto your model. Then you have a completely posable hydraulic line which will go to any shape that you want. This is something that I learned off a friend of mine, John, but it is in this book. They do show you this in this book, so it's right. So that hydraulic pipe now has to go onto here. Now these can be blasted tricky, so that normally just sits on there, but it will come off. What you need, these have to be super glued to get them to stick. So we need a decent bit of glue. When I say a decent bit, I don't mean I need a fresh super glue out, I think. I have got some black super glue. I could use that. And this has got some carbon and rubber toughener in it, so it, it's not as fragile as the super glue is when it dries. It's going to take a while to get it to come out. Keep going. I don't know, you can't see it at the moment. It's going to take a while, trust me. There we go, we're starting to come out now. Yeah. You can see from how it that it's not as, it's thicker and it's got a bit more flex in it, I think, than this one's quite old though, so probably should have changed it by now. Right, I just realised that's black and the pipe's blue. It'll work on these. Okay, not a problem. Not a problem at all. So, just seeing what super glues I've got there. Right, I do need a new super glue out. So, 1 second while I go to my supply cupboard and pull out a new set of super glue. Get that one out. There we go. What I tend to do with these is I've got loads. I keep the bottle caps from the bottles of Coke and that, and they're very handy for mixing a bit of paint in, or indeed using super glue. And the best of it is, if you don't use that, run down the side there. Hold on a minute. I think that ran down the side. I don't want to end up gluing my hands together. That wouldn't look very professional at all. There we go, right. Yeah, so if you don't use a lot of Coke or anything like that, the beauty with these is you can actually just snap the bottom of the, flex the bottom of the lid, which I can demonstrate tomorrow actually when they've dried up, and the stuff will pop out and you can use it again. Not so much with the paints unless they're acrylic, but so we're going to use the clear on the blue, and I've overkill there, there's way too much, but so we just want to dip the end of our cable in there, and then, sorry, I've got to do this very close up, so that, and then just pop it on there, and leave that now to dry. So we've got some other cables that need to go in. Just trying to look. Let's get these black plates glued in now. And it was, I've got it right, it was that way round, weren't it? So let's run some trying to look over the top of the because it was rattling earlier. I just wanted to make sure it was. Just putting a little bit on at the moment. I can always come back and adjust it if it needs it. Probably missed the join there quite a bit. There we go. That hit it better. And I want to go again down that side because there we go. Right. That's it. Excellent. Right. I'll leave that one to leave them to dry as well. We've got one more part that needs to go on here, and that's this. Now I just need to check because when I sprayed this I missed part of it at the base because of the way it was stood, but I think I can get away with painting that with a paintbrush. We have, so I just need to have a closer look at this. So it goes on that way, I believe. Yeah, that one there and that one there. That goes in. Oh, I believe it goes in there. No. There's a keyhole. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Huh. So, because that's got primer on, I don't really want to start tearing away at that. I'm going to use super glue for this. So, I've got a bit of a homemade loop. This is where the loop's gone missing now as well. Okay. Where is it? Oh, I thought I had everything ready today, but it normally sits in there. Ah, there it is. It is where it should be. It's hiding behind a wax pencil. So this is basically just a piece of doweling that I've used, and I've got two different types. I've got this one on this side, which is a very small one with tiny ends. You can barely see them. They're probably blocked actually. And then this one, this end, which is much bigger, and they've still got residue of glue on. And how I get rid of that is by burning it off. And it just burns off, ready for the next use. Okay, give that and you can see now that it's clear. So let's just see how that's. I can see the contact where that's going to fit on there like so. I'm going to use the black glue for this. I don't really need the loop for this because it's oh, come on. I think this glue's gone off. It's not supposed to be like that. Let's just hope that that is enough, but yeah, I think that glue's going to have to go. Unless of course it sticks and makes a marvellous job here. It may come in handy. And there we go. And then just to make doubly sure, sometimes I run a bit of thin, just to help it stay in place at the edges. Right, I don't really want to touch that now. I had a dreadful thought there for a minute that I'd put it on upside down. Right, there we go. So that's that piece on. We're coming up to 46 minutes now, 47 minutes. I think I've got a couple of other pieces to do. I think I'm going to call it there for today. I've just got a couple of other pipes to put on, and we've got some decals to put on, some tiny little ones, and touch that paintwork up. Next time we will be looking at doing the rear actuator rods, of which we've already got a couple of components out, and we will also be looking at the rear lower arms. So yes, going well. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope the camera angle was better. Apologies for knocking the camera with my knee. I tell you what, I'll try just to bring this off slightly and show you how I'm having to do this. So if we come back, that's where I'm sat, that's where sort of my knee is, and yeah, and it's very easy to knock because I'm close to this, and I'm sort of sitting at that angle there, so I have to keep peering over or peering under. It's difficult, but I hope it's worth it. I really do. I'm enjoying it, and I hope that everyone's enjoying watching it as well. So until next time, have a good time, enjoy your modelling, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.